Manufacturing Technology Institute is a partnership of Jamestown Community College and the Manufacturers Association. The mission of the Institute is to provide services to individuals and businesses in the region in the form of hands-on manufacturing technical training as well as technology assistance. The program you are about to experience was developed to generate interest in and an understanding of manufacturing. Manufacturing Mayhem brings together talent from throughout our region's manufacturing facilities as well as the very best students from local technical programs. Manufacturing technologists and students work side by side to manufacture a product in a competitive format. The two teams come into their planning session with no knowledge of the product they will manufacture. Each team is allocated 200 MTI dollars to purchase specialized items for their project, and the rest they have to manufacture on the run. The two teams have only 16 hours to complete the project and then compete against each other in various events.
Two teams with only 16 hours to compete for the coveted Mayhem trophy. Two teams of pilots stealing a few parts. Our region's most talented manufacturing technologists battle it out at the Manufacturing Technology Institute. Let the mayhem begin.
Welcome to the third episode of Manufacturing Mayhem. Dr. Tim Piazza, assistant professor at JCC, is explaining the scope of the project and the rules of the contest.
The last two episodes, okay? First episode, it was go-karts. It was go-karts, and the only thing we supplied were four wheels and an engine. Everything else had to come off the MTI floor in terms of sheet metal and tube stock and things of this nature, or machined parts, and a $200 budget of parts you could order out of McMaster Car. Okay, you're not going to make bearings, you're not going to make sprockets, you're going to buy those, and you're going to use those in whatever it is you're making. Okay, second project were boats, were floating vessels. Okay, so same idea. All you had was what was out on the floor and anything you could buy with your $200 budget. Third episode of Manufacturing Mayhem, we're going to be making paintball tanks. All right, that's right. That's what we're going to be doing in this one. Paintball tanks, all right? So what will we be providing for you? We'll be providing 500 paintballs. Okay, each team gets 500 paintballs. You can get all the sheet metal and all the tube steel you can eat. Anything you need for machined parts. We're going to provide you compressed nitrogen as a propellant, you know, and a regulator on the end of this thing, so we can regulate to use in whatever guns you're going to manufacture, because you're going to have to manufacture those. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of design work, a lot of interesting things going on in this one, all right? Now I said tanks, so they're going to have to be some kind of a mobile platform, that carries two people. One person is going to be doing the driving and doing the propulsion, another person is going to be doing the aiming and the shooting, okay? And from there, you pretty much are on your own. Now these have to be, I call them tanks, because the people inside are going to be working with some of our sponsors, like Jamestown Container. We're going to provide very large boxes that you can hide behind. It's going to be like the old Atari Tank Wars, okay? Tank Commander. This is going to be one of the events. Okay? Another one of the events.
The teams have been prepped on the scope of the construction. Regarding the competition, the teams will battle it out in an Atari-style tank combat, as well as a timed target shooting contest. And lastly, the teams will have to repel a two-man frontal assault.
Todd Tranum, the Executive Director of the Manufacturers Association and of MTI, briefs the contestants on some of the finer rules of the competition, as well as the motivation behind the reality show Manufacturing Mayhem.
We're doing it because we feel manufacturing is important to this region. It's the backbone of our economy, and we need to do more as a community to highlight the talent in the area in terms of the work you folks do, as well as help people understand what manufacturing is and what it's about. And the victorious team earns the coveted Manufacturing Mayhem trophy. Actually,
now the teams split up to their respective rooms to begin designing their paintball tanks.
Multiple shots.
I'm saying multiple.
I'm saying multiple shots.
If we have to take 2 guys out at the last tournament, you know, you do both.
I'm thinking something like this.
Yeah. Like the old arcade games.
Yeah, you get
double triggers.
like a double trigger deal, where even if you're not squeezing them identically, but they're still gonna.
The Manufacturers Association of the Jamestown area was founded in 1900 with the mission to promote the common interests of its membership. Today, the Manufacturers Association continues to work hard to strengthen our region's manufacturing base and deliver value to its membership. The association is a proactive leader committed to enhancing the economic strength of the region and is a primary resource of information and assistance promoting manufacturing excellence. The association provides advocacy, human resource services, discussion forums, and roundtables on topics important to manufacturers, and the association is a leader committed to coordinating projects that support manufacturing, such as training initiatives, healthcare cost containment activities, and market expansion programs. The association seeks to reduce costs, helping its membership compete in global markets. For more information regarding the Manufacturers Association, call 716-483-1833 or visit us at maja-ny.com.
Green works their way out to the production floor to see what they have for materials and machines.
You're going to prove it for the frame.
Six of those. 2 valves, 2 air cylinders, 2 nuts for the front of it, so we can just weld.
Plungers to it.
Yeah, we can just weld right to that. So that's all we have right there.
How much you throw that in the PO? Just at least get it tallied for now, and then if we think of anything else here in a few.
Okay, Team Blue, we're down to a half hour. How are we coming along? Are you ready? Ready to roll into the construction process?
We're getting real close. Yeah, the
Good.
construction process, yeah, we're all ready to go. There's a couple specialty items that we may need to order out of the book. But got a good game plan. We changed it up a little bit.
Okay.
We started out with a basic idea. We changed it a little bit to meet our needs for mobility.
Okay.
And I think we come up with a good idea.
What your gas delivery system is, how you're going to be shooting these paintballs, what that looks like. Talk to me a little bit about that, please. So what's it look like? You've got a barrel here, you've got a port where your paintball comes in, I guess, right here?
Yeah.
Good.
We got a spring-loaded
hoochie. Uh-huh.
Plunger.
Uh-huh.
plunger, which is going to be, we're going to actually machine it down to the inside here. This might end up being bigger than the barrel with a
That's
paintball.
cool, whatever, yep.
And then
So is this like a bolt action where you pull this back, paintball drops in, and then you pull it forward, or how does
we're
it
going to
work?
have
Spring loaded.
It's going to go forward itself?
Yeah, well, with the assist.
Operator assist.
Operator assist?
operator assist. We're going to have our piece of and what size.
It's probably gonna be,
Standard
it's
job.
probably gonna be an 1/8"
1/8 pipe, quarter inch.
Goes
Quarter
through the
inch
center of the
pipe.
spring.
Through the center of the spring, and threaded into this brass
Mm-hmm.
piston or plunger. It's just gonna have a hole,
Okay, very good.
which you're gonna pull back on this pistol grip handle. It's gonna pull that down. One ball's gonna pop
And
down,
then so you go forward.
push forward, and there's gonna be some O-rings right here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on the plunger.
Or on the plunger somewhere. There's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
O-rings
yeah.
somewhere.
O-rings on the plunger and in the barrel.
Okay, very interesting. Go on.
And then as soon as it gets in there, pull the trigger and it's off. to
And
go.
it's off to go.
Everything
3,
defined.
2, 1. Heads down. Book close. We're gonna collect your purchase order. How much money did you spend?
$107.23.
$107.23, leaving a little cash for Friday and Saturday.
Right.
Is that the plan, or
Beer party when we're done.
in a beer
Yeah,
party?
yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
I don't know. Is there beer?
Victory
Is there
party.
beer in McMaster car? I know there's practically everything else. No beer. All right. Any changes? Any drastic changes to your design
No.
since our last interview? So you're set. You've got a plan. You have a strategy. You're ready to roll on Friday.
Yep.
Very good. Good luck.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
Ready? Here we go. We're counting down. Get it written down. Get it to me now. This is it. 5, 4. You've been working for 2 hours. Your 2 hours is coming up. 2, 1. All right. Anything else? Anything else that you need? Better hope you can get it locally. We'll chase after it on Friday and on Saturday. Any local sources that we can take advantage of and use, we will do so. But this ends the part where you might have to special order things. All right? All right, folks. Thank you. We'll see you Friday.
Now let's meet our contestant.
Engineering is all this. And it all begins here. Jamestown Community College is the premier community college in New York State. And why not? JCC offers a high transfer success rate, great internship programs with local manufacturers, and one of the best engineering faculties around. Choose the affordable engineering education. Started at Jamestown Community College. Engineering careers start here.
In 1919, Cummins was the first North American manufacturer to install diesel engine power in automobiles, trucks, buses, and boats. Today, Cummins Incorporated is a global power leader as a corporation of complementary business units that design, manufacture, distribute, and service electric generation systems, engines, and related technologies. The Jamestown Engine Plant is a world-class manufacturing facility. What does that mean to be world-class? It is a combination of manufacturing technologies, quality systems, and most importantly, people. JEP employees sincerely are interested in the goal of producing the highest quality diesel engine in the world.
Cummins Inc. and MTI are partnering on a pre-hire training program to prepare individuals in the field of manufacturing. For more information, contact MTI at 716-487-9595.
got a piece of neoprene sheet. Very good. We have for both teams a bunch of paintballs donated by Craft World on 3rd Street. So those are your paintballs, as well as they donated some squeegees in case you break some paintballs in your barrel or something, to be able to clean up the barrel. We've got some push buttons here. These look like air-actuated push buttons or something like that to shoot your gun. Yes. Your cylinders. These are the Bimba cylinders that you'll be using to actually shoot your paintball. We've got a T for the tubing, for your black tubing. We've got some kind of a union here. We've got a couple of nuts for your cylinders, as well as 6/4 inch. Now I ordered the part number that you ordered. All right, and you're going to want to look at these and see what you got, see if that's what you intended. And the 1/4 inch NPT with the 1/8 inch hose fitting on the end, which is not what you have for hose. You want to think about that and figure out what you're going to do with it. What's that? Send them back. We can, but they won't be here till next week if I send them back. I don't mind sending them back. You can. All right, we got 2 bearings, and then we have some kind of a coupling right here. Gentlemen, you now have everything that you need in order to be successful, according to your bill of materials in this competition. Who's going to take the paintballs? There you go. Very good. Green team. Excuse me, grab this. Green team, on to you folks. Again, we've got paintballs donated by Craft World on East 3rd Street. There you be. Be careful with them. You do not want to break any of those paintballs in the bag. But get paint on the rest of the paintballs. You have a sticky mess. Really screw yourself up. Squeegee, also donated by Craft World. 3 sprockets. 1 large sprocket. We've got some connecting links. We've got chain. You've got 6 roller type bearings. Looks like that's maybe for your turret or something. Very good, there you go. And 2 bearings, as well as 2 air guns. Very good, very interesting. It's a good choice. Take some of the work out of it for you when it comes to construction time. That is all of the materials, gentlemen. You now have everything you need to do your projects. You know where you're going to be located on the floor. We have a bunch of tube steel here for your structure, structural belt. We also have quite a bit of sheet metal, 20 gauge sheet metal. Let's get to town. Gentlemen, go! You'll be on the far side.
With their equipment in hand, the 2 teams jump right into the production phase of the contest. What are you working on, Mac?
Trying to make our turret section of our gun system. Trying to make a track that we can run around and spin 360 degrees.
George is machining a part on the lathe for Team Blue. He's faced the aluminum bar, bored out a hole, and is now using a parting tool to cut off his workpiece.
I'm just making a washer to go on the steering mechanism.
For a little over an hour and a half, 2 hours. See, people are starting to get dirty. Sleeves are rolled up. You're starting to use the plasma cutter here. I see some welding going on, a lot of cutting. Tell me a story. How's things coming together? Now that you got all your parts delivered to you and you're really starting the construction phase. Thanks.
Well, we basically broke up into 3 teams. We got one team focused on making our guns, one team focused on making the frame of the tank.
Very good.
And another group working on the turret section. So the frame team's doing pretty good. We got it pretty much roughed out.
Good,
We got
good.
the sketches of what we're looking for. And Don's working on our guns.
Very good. Don as well, working on the guns. You working on the guns, Don?
Yep, it's coming slow.
All right. Well, you got a little bit of time. You just keep chipping away at that stone. The only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Good. Okay.
So we're sort of designing as we go, but I think we're
But
moving
still
along pretty
consistent
good.
with your original design.
Yep.
You really haven't changed anything appreciably?
Nope.
Yeah, so what we're going to have to do, hold the tire right there.
You could drop it though.
You won't need to drop it. You're just going to need to come up off it, put your swivel here, and then bring your brace across over to here.
Okay.
So it's braced there. You have to put this, mount that on a sleeve with a shaft coming up out of it so it spins. So wherever you go with it, it's just like that. Is that freaking speed or what? You know, pedaling this puppy, you're pushing it. It's like a grocery cart with one wheel. Huh? Yeah. You don't see no chain and sprocket on a freaking grocery cart, do you? All right.
Team Blue with the Flintstone mobile. Is that still the plan? Is this going to be foot walking powered vehicle? Running powered vehicle.
No.
Okay, so your design, is it the same as from your planning session?
Yep.
So far.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard a little bit earlier you're doing some of the design on the floor, maybe tweaking some of the plans you had from Wednesday.
Yeah, tweaking the size. We didn't really know the size as far as where we're going to set the turret and the gun. I mean, we didn't want it too narrow, and so when you have the 2 guys in there, you can't actually, you're not mobile enough for you to be able to use the gun.
Okay.
So we laid it out on the floor out there. Stu's got a good game plan on that, and we can fit 2 people in there comfortably, and then have the turrets for the double guns and be able to load and fire without any problem. Well, I tell you straight up,
I plan to be done by
there's. I heard when you were handing out the parts that they got chained, so it sounds like you're going to try to pedal it around. They pedaling like a freaking 9-year-old. You know, we're going to be hauling.
They're still
So, as they're trying to pedal and steer this thing around, we'll come right in behind them. So they better have guns on both sides or on each end. Ball loader. Sweet, huh? Getting ready to put a hopper on top of this, and I was going to work a deal with you on it. But what happens is it'll load down in from the top like this. It already stalls in here, right? Okay, and then we'll have our air in from the back to jet it out. But that's how it works. We'll have our air in the back with our trigger so we can do it. What they'll do is they'll stage right on top of each other all the way up through into the hopper. It'll blow one at a time. The next one will fall out. Just trigger control.
Now what's catching the ball? What's holding it in that position?
That's the way we distorted the metal when we welded it. We made sure that we just put enough on it to distort it. It just holds it just enough for it to fire, and the rest of it's free fall. So it's just all it's doing is staging the ball in there, and after that it's history. Working over there, like they should be passing out the Geritol or something, you know what I'm saying? A little bit older crowd, they're going to be there all day.
Team Blue uses a CNC press brake to bend the sheet metal that will become one of the sides of their tank.
All right, so Don, well here we've got the raw material you're going to be making the barrel out of. Some aluminum. Very good. That should serve you very well as a barrel.
I hope so.
All right. So you're taking it. You're facing it off here. What kind? How deep a cut are you taking?
It's only about 10,000.
Okay. So you're just skinning the thing. You're just touching it.
Yeah.
Very good. You get a good finish on it too. You're going high speed. with a low speed.
Yep.
Looks great.
Exactly.
This is it, man. This is what it's about. You take raw material, you add creativity to it, you add intelligence to it, you add engineering to it and skill, and you end up with something that does something. You breathe life into the raw material. That's what it's all about. This is great. It'll be very interesting to see how this thing turns out at the end of this whole process. All right. So tell me a little bit. I see a lot of little itty bitty parts. I see a lot of things floating around. Either it's a mess or it makes perfect sense. Which is it?
It's both. I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
But basically, we're turning down a piece on the lathe right now. What we're going to do is we're going to mount this piece on top here, run a piece of bar that we press down in here and then tack it on here. This will be our swivel for the gun.
Okay, very good.
This will work.
Very good.
Everything there, and then we'll get the rest of it mounted inside.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, we're just concentrating on buttoning up the
body,
the Sherman over there. And then tomorrow we'll set up our airline. We'll start doing some preliminary testing on it.
Is this the feed tube?
That's the feed tube. Feed's great. Holds here. Holds the ball there. We already shot one outside. By mouth, you were out there.
Yep.
So we're going to try. We got two different ways we're going to do it. We got two different guns. This one we got to ream. We still got to ream this one out like we reamed this inside of this one.
Okay, and that you ream that 680, right?
Right.
0.6 or 689.
689, right.
689.
So we'll ream that out tomorrow. We're going to use that one with the original method with this cylinder.
So that's a method where you've got a pusher that gives it a whack, right?
We're going to see how that works. I don't know. I like the idea of staging. If we could stage, if the ball would drop and you push it forward, as this pushes forward, it fires air just as it clears this port.
Yeah.
And then when it jumps back, another ball drops in. That was the intention, but we have to try it a couple times to see if it's going to work. We got to figure out a way to fire air through that just as the plunger runs forward.
Okay.
But we found out with the air, just by blowing through the tube with your mouth,
it's going a decent distance.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it's going to break when it hits.
Exactly. Well, the one I shot in here broke when it hit. It went all over the place.
All right, good.
I was playing.
I see some paint.
Yeah, I was just playing. I didn't think it'd come out like that, but
it's all right.
It exploded real nice.
Okay, very good.
That's what we're working on right now. He's running down to pieces on the lathe, and when he gets that done, I'll get this buttoned up. This should have we got the last wall on it right now, and then we can put the bracing on the inside, and then we'll set up our braces coming off the main framework for our turrets.
Yep.
Cut our holes in the side for our guns.
We'll be all set.
Sight windows. It works, and we're done.
Very sweet. Looks great.
I'm working on the final diameter before using the reamer.
Okay, and the ream, what's a reamer do?
It puts a smooth finish on the inside of your holes.
Very good. So take it to the final size, which is 689 thousandths of an inch.
That's what it'll be when you ream it.
That's after you ream it. And at that point, you'll be ready to put paintballs through it.
I hope so.
All right. Very good. So this thing is turning into an actual barrel for a paint gun. Looks good, Don. It's very good. Interesting. It's definitely interesting. It's no Sherman tank, but it's a tank of some sort. It's different. Interesting.
Tell us about a tank.
It's a tank. It's building a tank. What's the propulsion? Just Flintstones?
Yep.
Yeah?
I'll be in the back running.
Yeah? It's a tank.
Ain't no Sherman tank. Look at that thing. It's a tank, all right. It's a monster. Thing's gonna do fine. Let's wait to get that last sight on it. We're taking it for a trip out here in the parking lot. I'm going down the road with it as soon as we get her buttoned up.
What do you got left tonight? Tell me where you are. Tell me what you got left.
Well, right now we're getting the sides up.
All right.
We still gotta cut some holes, or we're not sure if we're gonna put them right here. We gotta put some screen, so we can see out and shoot out of.
All right.
But up there we ran into a problem because if you see, it's flush against this bar. That bar it's not flush against.
Sure.
So we had to cut a square out.
That the wheel will fit
through. So the wheel can turn around.
But still protect the person inside from getting whacked with a paintball.
Right, and then we're talking about using a plexiglass top, because if it's pitch black in there, you're not going to be able to see anything.
It's true too, yeah?
And then after that, right now we're working on the gun.
Okay, very good. Looks good. Keep it up.
Yep.
All right.
Green attempts an early exit with the Mayhem trophy, but Team Blue is all over them. This ends the first night of construction at MTI. End of our first night of construction. Some exciting projects happening here. Another really fun night at MTI. I'm really impressed with the teams, how different their projects are looking. A little bit of difference in the engineering. What are your thoughts?
They're very different. It is interesting to see how you start two groups of people with the same project and they diverge so quickly. I mean, completely different. The one group, the green team, is making a turret that they're going to be turning around on the top of this thing like an regular old Sherman tank, you know, and the other team's going to be putting ports for their guns to stick out, and they're going to have to move the entire vehicle in order to really face the other team. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It should be fun. This is pretty cool.
We've got one team taking the Flintstone approach.
Yeah.
They're literally going to run this thing around the concourse. The other team has more of a bicycle type of style. They're using the sprocket and chain. How do you think that's going to match up? Do you think the vehicle with foot power is going to maybe have a little more mobility than the bike system?
If I was going to guess, I would say during the tank wars, when we have the obstacles up and they can hide behind things, that it's going to be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. On the race, where they have to, we're going to time them over a track, and they're going to be shooting at targets, and they have to hit those targets. I got to think the pedals are going to win there, because they're going to have the speed, and time matters there. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be cool to see.
I think these are going to be some great projects.
Yes.
And we're already off to a good start. It's going to be very interesting to see how the teams progress tomorrow and how they fulfill the demands of putting these machines together.
Yep, it'll be very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing just what they come up with.
Good night, folks.
Take it easy. Get my head on that, my fingers in that. No. That's pretty funny.
Welder's Supply has been locally operated since 1946. Welder's Supply is your one-stop source for all welding and cutting requirements. The area's largest stocking distributor, Welder's Supply offers competitive pricing. Welder's Supply has a trained and knowledgeable staff that provides same-day, weekly, and on-time deliveries. Welder's Supply offers products of the following companies: Praxair, Avesta Polarit, Walters, Thermodynamics, Tweco, ESOP, Victor, Harris, Jackson, and Welder's Supply is your local Source One Lincoln electric distributor. If you have a welding need, contact Welder's Supply.
Day 3 finds both teams up to their elbows in fabrication. Blue team has decided that their motto is simplicity. Because their design is so straightforward, they seem to be ahead of schedule at this point in the construction. On the other hand, Green's design seems to be taking on a life of its own. They seem to have a very complex design and to have a lot of work ahead of them.
Would this be considered improper? Is this improper, Carson? Okay. How we coming along?
We're looking good.
Good in here.
Looking good.
Where's Bob? Right here.
Yeah, it's working out okay.
Okay. What are your next steps? Where are you at?
We're just gonna finish up the welding.
Okay.
Mount the tank, mount the gun.
We're done.
Okay.
Out of here by noon for beer. No.
You in good shape?
Well, we're in really good shape.
Yeah. So
The gun's almost done.
You're gonna tighten up the corners a little
Yep.
bit.
Tighten it up a
Yeah,
little.
everything. It looks like everything's tacked in
Right.
the position.
All the top part's done.
Okay. What's going on top here?
Nothing. You ain't gonna get hit up there.
Okay.
And they'll be shooting on a horizontal plane.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? If they're lobbing, they gotta be a mile back. They're never gonna get. They might pop one in here or down. But we'll be down in here. We have the gun mounted here in this area here.
Okay.
And we got it. The gun's just about done. All we got to do now, I just got to weld up a couple spots on it and hook up the tank, and we're ready to fire.
And you're okay. So, how are you going to move this?
We have a bar right here.
Okay.
So I have a bar here. With two guys, we can move it. You can push it with this bar, and then the turret will be here. So all we do is push it into position, swing the turret, look through here. They got bat balls coming. They can't hit you. They can't hit you. They're gonna break in there. Okay. Wipe the shield off. Keep going. But again, we figure 4 seconds at best. They're toast. We got double guns going, continuous there.
All right. I like it.
It's gonna be in and out.
That's great.
They can all pick on our design, but this is a winning machine right here. Yeah.
You know, there's been no trash talk with Team Green, but throughout this event,
oh yeah,
you guys.
Well, they're timid. You got shifty eyes. You got shifty eyes. You're looking at our stuff all the time.
You raised
I can't
the
say
bar,
the S word.
you know.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
but look at this. Oh, it's going to be real hard to move one finger. Wait a minute. Bent, busted pinky finger. Look at that. Bent, busted pinky finger. You can move it. And they're going to be over there trying to pedal, like they're on a Sunday cruise. They're done.
All right. Team Blue's coming along, looking real good. I like it. It's gonna be fun. All right. So I'm the gunner.
That's the turret. Got a little bit of grinding on to do on that.
All right. Good. Pretty well. Right now I'm performing up in front of the cage.
It's probably just going to fall over. See, they'll get turned with a gun, and they'll already have 5 kills on the side. They ain't even get to fire it. Why are you even turning a gun down? They actually got a...
So I'll hold it and you swivel it.
Hold on. You got that one in there. Got this one in here. That's your handle. I have the finger controls here.
Sweet.
Swivel that baby in. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, there's done.
Sweet.
Gonna tap these guns into place.
That's pretty cool. All right, very good.
Don mills out the chamber for Green Team's gun using a Bridgeport mill with an Accurite digital readout.
We're all done, buddy. Put the freaking welder down. We're all done. Enjoy.
Relax.
I like the
For God's sakes, it's only 3 o'clock. You got 2 hours left.
We were done at 1, though.
Is that it?
You were done at 1.
1:30?
So that's it. You guys are finished. You're the first team in manufacturing mayhem history to finish early.
Team Blue has successfully completed their tank and gun assembly and are rolling it out for a test.
Greg Moeller, thanks for coming out today.
You bet, Tim.
You're owner and proprietor of Craft World, located
509 West 3rd Street, downtown Jamestown.
509 West 3rd Street. You've graciously donated paintballs and other supplies for the competition you've got going here. Well, we appreciate your support for the show and appreciate you coming down to measure the velocity of the balls coming out here, make sure everything is safe.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, we want to make sure we have a safe competition.
We're going to measure the speed using a chronograph.
Very good. And if I wanted one of those, where'd I get it?
Craft World and Action Highways, downtown Jamestown.
Very good. You carry all sorts of paintball supplies, correct?
Right, all the equipment, all the stuff you need to play and have fun.
All right, very good. Well, let's take some measurements.
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be measuring the speed of the paintball. 247 feet per second. So we're well within accepted safety ranges for the sport of paintball.
This is your machine. This is your paintball tank. We're going to put some kill zones on this thing. When you come back, it'll look a little bit different.
Is it going to be painted?
We're going to work on it. And you guys are ready to compete, huh?
Yeah, we're ready.
What are the strengths?
Light, simple, quickness.
Turning.
Light, simple, quickness, turning radius is good.
Yeah, we've changed that a little bit. We modified the spindle a little bit, a little oil on it, being her slider.
Yep.
She's ready to roll.
Very good.
So,
I
yeah.
think that's German.
It is German.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
How about your firing mechanism?
Firing mechanism's good.
What's the theory behind it?
Air. Lots of air and vertical drop on the balls.
So essentially, you're just cranking the air on and letting the balls drop into the airstream and they come flying out.
Well,
so again, a simple design. The balls are just dropping into place in the air, and they're just flying out of this thing.
You're exactly right.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Very good. my head on that, smash my fingers on that. No.
Okay, Tim, we're here in Team Blue's tank.
Yes,
and,
we are.
It's going to be interesting to see how this performs. I do like their gun. They've got kind of a dual pistol action going here, and it's got some nice mobility. But Tim,
looks like the guns at the carnival.
Tim, you pointed out that this they might have some limitations on this thing.
It is. It's a pretty gun. It's on a neat swivel design there, so they can really get it around quickly. But this is an all-or-nothing gun. I mean, the only downside of that is they're using this gas in this tank really fast. I mean, they're really just using a lot. They have to have the pressure cranked up really high just to get 245 feet per second on the output of these guns. So they're going to go through gas really quick.
And consequently, by the last competition,
I hope they got some juice left. Yeah,
they could be in some real trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, Tim, every time these teams surprise the hell out of us.
You're not kidding about that.
And this could be another surprise. We have a really
I'm not even going to predict this time.
heavily engineered vehicle being worked on inside, and it's going to be really nice. And you know, these folks kept it simple. They got out of here 3 hours, 4 hours ago. And you know, it might pull it off.
May very well. Let's go take a look at green, see how they're doing.
Sounds good.
All right.
With blue team gone for the day, green team starts to show their frustration.
Well, whoever's going to be firing it, when they pull it back.
So this goes forward to push the ball into the barrel.
Yep.
And then they have to pull it back
to load it.
And they go ahead. You talk.
There's going to be a spring on there, and when they pull it back and they see the copper color, is when it's safe to let it go forward.
We'll see that in a minute. We're going to assemble right now, right?
Okay. Where's our piston?
I know, but it's bad idea in the shop to pick something up with that. Just grab something.
No, I picked up the wrench from this guy.
Highly engineered device, Don.
They actually put a lot of thought into it. Right,
Move your hand, I'll get this one. So you see that retract? Can you see it?
Is that back?
Okay. So paintball falls in, gets pushed forward, then you pull the trigger, and it fires. Very good. Paintball's there. Paintball falls in, pushed forward. Out the door it went. 30, see what it does. Want to crank it 60?
Here we go.
60 PSI. Yeah,
a little more pressure. A
90.
little more pressure.
Yeah, we want to break.
No, I don't think it didn't break.
No, it didn't break. We're just working our way up slow.
We want to break.
It's a splat. That's a splat.
Hey, Team Green, you're down to an hour. How do you stand? Where do you stand? How are things looking? Team Blue left 3 hours ago.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. They're a little overconfident in what's going on.
Are you going to pull this off in an hour?
Oh yeah.
Feeling good about it?
Yeah, I think we got to hook up the steering, our chain drive. I think our turret's about done. We just got to hook up our guns. We're just finishing up those.
Okay, well, you've got another hour. Pull this together, and I'm confident you can do it. So we'll keep it going, guys.
Okay.
It's looking good.
1 hour, let's go.
Hey, look at that.
Getting ready to set her up on top.
Team Green will now mount their turret and apply 2 more panels, and they'll be ready for the contest.
This program has been created by the Manufacturing Technology Institute, or MTI. MTI is an educational institution created to serve the local community by providing hands-on technical training. Students who participate in our programs range from high school students exploring career opportunities, to displaced workers, to local professionals learning new skills to apply to their current jobs. The Manufacturing Technology Institute is a partnership between Jamestown Community College and the Manufacturers Association of the Jamestown area, and is dedicated to providing the best regional opportunity for hands-on manufacturing education, giving students the expertise they need to succeed and delivering the high-tech skills that local manufacturing requires. MTI currently offers hands-on training opportunities in 3 different fields. These are welding, machining, and maintenance. Our welding program includes lots of hands-on experience with shielded metal arc welding, gas metal arc welding, and gas tungsten arc welding. We are also working towards rolling out an associate degree in welding technology. With our industry support, this is the kind of degree that will give students tremendous local employment and advancement opportunity, as well as the chance to transfer to partner colleges for a bachelor degree. The machinist program begins with a significant amount of hands-on time on manual machines. Once these are mastered, the student moves on to computer numeric controlled or CNC type machines. Our maintenance program has at its heart courses in electrical systems, mechanical systems, and hydraulic systems, and prepares the student for maintenance in an industrial setting. Students can take individual courses or sign up for some of our larger programs. All of our coursework is designed to provide the hands-on skills necessary to succeed and excel in today's manufacturing workforce. If you have any questions on our educational offerings or would like to visit and tour the Institute, please contact us at 716-487-9595 or stop by. We're located right across the street from JCC.
When you're shooting the targets, try to look right down through here, right straight at the target.
Once you fire one.
Because
Gentlemen,
these shoot pretty straight.
Green team, here are your paintballs. That is what you're allotted for the competition. Use them wisely.
Because if you pull them all the way back, you'll get
2
2
balls.
in the chamber.
So if you only pull it back to where the bluing is, you only get 1.
This one's got black marker on it. This has got dike in it.
Here we are, folks, event day, and unfortunately Team Green's axle has broke as we entered the first contest.
You made the axle brittle. I think that's a piece of tool steel you got off the shelf. It is. And I think you made it brittle and it busted on you. What's left? What are you going to do now for propulsion? What do you got left?
Flip power.
So you're going to do the Flintstones thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So Flintstones it is.
Green Team's axle has snapped and they will not be able to use their chain and sprocket approach.
As soon as the last cone is passed, as soon as you pass the last cone, I will stop the stopwatch. You got to get past the last cone. If you knock over a cone, it'll be a 5-second penalty for each cone knocked over. You have to go in between all the cones. All right?
This first event is the slalom. It's a slalom / target shoot. The teams will be timed. They're going to navigate the cones, and they have to shoot each target. There are 6 targets, and the best time wins this event.
Team Green is so crippled by their broken axle that the only way we can show this phase of the event is through time-lapse video.
penalty. What's the penalty?
What was the time differential? Like 8 minutes? Even with missing 2 calls?
Just keep going around him. The turn's gonna fall off.
We're just gonna run around him until I get tired.
Just get out, maybe give him
and go up there and just give them all time, right? One target. It's only 5 and 1 target, right?
We have a wheel seized up here. What's going on,
You
guys?
could use the trophy.
What's going on? Yeah, tell a story.
Well, since our axle broke, our wheel has managed to, the axle has managed to come out of this bushing.
Okay.
And now it's bent.
Well, Green has run into the second problem of the evening. Their rear left wheel has seized up on them. Now, not only do they have a broken axle, they have a wheel that simply will not turn.
Of it down here.
They're gonna drag us so the crowd can see them lose.
Why don't we get a chain and hook it on the back of our tank and drag their tank down here? That'd be pretty humiliating, wouldn't it? This is ridiculous. I'm falling asleep. You guys want to surrender now? Yeah, Domino's? Domino's, yeah. Did you deliver? Okay, yeah. We would need a large pepperoni mushrooms. You want peppers, right?
Yeah.
Peppers on that? Yeah, deliver it down to the parking lot at JCC.
Team Green has a seized up left rear tire. Therefore, they have taken on a new strategy. They've changed their gunner. They're going to position the tank in one place, and they're just going to hope that they're very accurate and they're able to wipe out the competition real quick. Otherwise, they're just sitting ducks.
What an upset. Green has taken it. Blue is just dumbfounded. They can't believe that a completely stationary tank has taken them out of this competition.
We underestimated them, that's for sure. They're sitting target. How did we lose?
Why do I feel like I'm watching some Lifetime movie about the FBI and some commandos up in the hills?
The Michigan militia.
This is the assault phase of the manufacturing mayhem program this time. Dr. Tim Piazza and myself will be attacking the tanks. The goal is to shoot the tank 5 times in the target zone, in a single target zone, to eliminate the tank. It'll be a timed event, 1 tank at a time.
In this competition, we'll be timing how long the tanks can hold us at bay. The tank that lasts the longest wins.
I'm afraid that was a little bit like fish in a barrel. This was fun though. I got him in the leg.
Get everybody pushing this sucker out of here.
Yeah, get a good shot of all the way around.
Let's see that shirt.
Who does?
I do.
It's all for a day's work for this show.
Team Blue need only stay in the game longer than 1 minute and 26 seconds, and then they've won the event.
Manufacturing Mayhem.
Apparently, Dr. Piazza is still recovering from his earlier injury. In the meantime, Team Blue is triumphant by taking the third event, which was the tiebreaker event. They have won the third episode of Manufacturing Mayhem, and with it, take home the coveted Mayhem trophy.
That's what it's all about. Very good. So what was it? What was the victory?
Good shot. Victory? It was our air control.
It was the air control.
Yeah, the gun broke. We were running it manually by hand as a pistol. Yeah. And the other gun was still the property. I don't know. It never fired all day. But with his quick moves, quick hands on that, I mean, I wasn't aiming with crap, as you can see. But as it started coming in, we were there.
You were there. Very good.
And we were on Team Green. In no way do I mean to put Team Blue down, but you guys really worked hard. I mean, you used up the full amount of time. You really put some hard work in your tank. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about what happened, maybe what slowed you down in terms of being able to move, maneuver, anything else that happened?
Other than the axle thing?
Okay, so we had a broken axle.
A turret that kept on coming off.
That didn't want to go.
Okay, a gun that didn't want to shoot. You know, pretty much anything.
Bracket for the guns failed.
Any comment about the design, maybe anything that failed you besides the axle?
The ammo storage facility for the guns.
Okay, that didn't work so well.
No, the balls are clumping up in there and not letting themselves drop down in.
Okay.
But I'd have gone with more of a
they were just running.
Straight
It
tube.
was a great design, though, on the guns. Actually, overall, you folks did an excellent job. You really worked hard. You had a neat design. Thank you for tuning in to Manufacturing Mayhem. The Manufacturing Technology Institute and the Manufacturers Association will host an open house on August 19th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Manufacturing Technology Institute. Please join us. The first 200 people to attend the open house will receive free tickets to that night's Jammers game. The open house will consist of a tour of MTI, local manufactured product displays, machine demonstrations, a presentation on the future of manufacturing, and recent Manufacturing Mayhem projects will be available for viewing. For more information, call MTI at 716-487-9595.